follow. It defines their responsibilities, duties, rights, and their limitations as citizens. And it is important to follow laws because it sets the standard for the people. And since our standard is order, it sets order for the people. So it makes us orderly and organized as a community.
Hi Miss, for you, what are laws?
For me, laws are some set of guidelines that in a community, so set of guidelines in a community which help maintain peace and order in that particular community.
Okay, Miss, next question. How important are laws to you?
Okay, just imagine if we are in a world without laws and everybody's just allowed to do whatever they want to do. There would be chaos because we don't have set of rules to follow. So everybody will just do whatever she wants without a set of guidelines. So I think it's very important because that could create problems, chaos, misunderstanding. Yes.
Anyway, for you, what are the advantages and disadvantages of laws?
Of course, advantages to the main reason why laws are created anyway is that they have the peace and order set at the back of their minds. So that's actually its advantage. But the disadvantage is if some people try to make use of these laws to their own, for their personal reasons and just to protect some people in the community and not protect everybody. And I believe the laws we have a good set of laws. It's just the implementation which is a problem.
Like their refusal to do something new.
Yes, and the law enforcers, the ones who are supposed to implement these rules.
They can be easily bribed.
Right. Yeah. So we have a good set of rules, but it's just the implementation which is a problem for us.
Laws are policies which we should follow. Kaya nga yan nilagay dyan para sundin. So that we would attain order, peace in the society. Okay, so these are rules given to us so we will attain order. Okay, for me
What are its advantages and disadvantages?
advantages of laws. This was clear. Okay. Advantage. We'll have order in the society. We'll have peace. What is the disadvantage? Sometimes it suppresses the freedom of the people. Freedom of speech. Freedom of expression.
Law for me is any set of rules or any agreement that is agreed upon by those who are in power or in authority. Primarily for the majority to have that fairness and equality in terms of their needs and or the things that they do in everyday life. Disadvantages and advantages. I think it will still go down to the person or to that authority who uses or imposes that law and how he or she applies it and then maximize that law in his own good or for the good of the many, the others, as we all know. They do it for their own good.
Good afternoon. So when we're talking about law, we're talking about, in particular, our Constitution. And when we're talking about law, we're talking about order, we're talking about the guiding principles for the government officials on how to manage our country, this state. Definitely without law, there will be chaos. And one advantage is, as I have said, this is the guiding principle of all the government officials on the focus of their program as well as the priorities the priorities of the government. And for the disadvantage, I believe that since our constitution is a product of history, and there's no such thing as an original copy of the constitution that we have in the Philippines. From the very beginning that we have that we have a constitution copy from Cuba. We also have a constitution copy from America. So in other words, there are parts of this constitution that is not actually applicable to our society. So there is a need to modify, or there is a need to study the content of our constitution. Thank you.
For me, laws are made in order for human beings to become orderly, because our tendency is to become like animals. To be always violent. So because laws are created, we are therefore prevented from doing such atrocious acts that are very violent. So laws are advantageous because it helps us control ourselves, control our emotions. But at the same time, it's also disadvantageous because if the laws are not properly created, it may hamper in the proper development of society.
A law is a guiding principle that make people follow. I mean that people follow, that make a system, a society organized. I think it's more of an advantage than a disadvantage. Number one, I mean, when you say law, just like what I said, it makes the society organized. There will be anarchy, but there will be anarchy, there will be chaos if there will be no laws that people will be following. Disadvantage, if a law is being used for corruption, no, that becomes a disadvantage. But generally, laws are advantageous. It depends on the people, administering that.
So apparently, Sister TA, she doesn't want to be interviewed. So now we're going to Sister Caritas because, she doesn't want to be interviewed. So yeah, we're going to the convent right now.
Where to go? We're lost.
First of all, God gave a laws. So laws come from God. Then are handed down to human beings who are inspired by God to do some order-keeping measures so that people will not struggle each other inside. Besides that, so that we make a law with 10 commandments. Now, each country has its own laws. We have laws that don't exist in others, and vice versa. So that keeps the people in the country from striving with each other, with one another. So what did you think about